We're here today to show you a demo of the installation of our Black Pearl waterproofing system. Our Black Pearl waterproofing membrane is a very schedule-friendly product. It's great to be used with green concrete, split slabs, above grade applications. It can be used in a flashing application. As you can see behind us, we've already applied our flashing, which is our Ram Quick Flash PMMA. So what we're going to do next is we're going to apply the waterproofing system, which is going to consist of our Black Pearl primer adhesive, as well as our Black Pearl membrane. Joe, first thing we need to do is start mixing up the primer. You ready to go?
Ready to go. Got the top off of the bucket. Now we're going to mix that up just to get everything moving again, get the solids back up towards the top. And you mix this very slow because you do not want to make a mess. As you can see the oil sitting at the top. Now we're trying to incorporate that into the primer adhesive. That's what we're looking for. Depending on the temperature, it'll take up to 3 to 4 minutes to actually get this stirred into a pourable consistency. Okay, so we have our primer adhesive mixed. So the tools that we need from here on in is a flat squeegee and the primer adhesive. What Mike's going to do now is he's going to pour some primer adhesive onto the deck, at which time I will spread out with this squeegee. I can do a bucket in approximately 20 minutes. The ratio is 1 bucket of primer adhesive to 1 roll of Black Pearl membrane. Okay, so we have installed the primer adhesive, 15 to 20 mils approximately. And now we have pre-cut our rolls to fit to the size of the deck that we'll be applying. So Mike, if you'll give me a hand, our rolls, as you can see, have a removal film on both sides. We're going to remove the back side, which will be placed directly into the adhesive. The top side will remain because it acts as a protection for the membrane itself. So now we're setting the membrane into place, and our primer adhesive will remain in this liquefied state for approximately 20 minutes, which means as I've set this roll, half of it, if I had to move it, I can. It will move over the adhesive primer. Luckily it looks good. We did the right thing here. So now we're going to pull the rest of the release film off of the membrane. We get rid of the release film, and now we're just going to fold the membrane on top of the primer adhesive. So I'm going to take my broom and I'm going to broom in the Black Pearl membrane into the adhesive. It doesn't take much force, and I just want to drag it back to me, and all we're looking for is contact between the membrane and the primer adhesive. So our next step is going to be to take the release film off of the first Black Pearl membrane, and we will then be installing the primer adhesive over the existing sheet that's down now. So being that this is a 2-ply system, you notice that we have put a full sheet down first. Now we're going to put a half sheet down. This is how you get your 2-ply system as you go the width of the roof or the length, whichever way you're going. You know, this is just so easy to work with. Being that it's a primer adhesive, I'm actually taking a step out of the installation process. I don't have to put down a separate primer followed by a separate adhesive. The Black Pearl primer adhesive is in one. It's so easy to install, very smooth. I don't have to use a separate primer followed up by a separate adhesive. 2 in 1. It's a beautiful system, nice and smooth. Anybody can install this. It's so easy to teach. If you've used the broom at home, you'll be able to install our Black Pearl process. You can go, this can be installed 0 degrees all the way to 100 degrees. The big factor is it will go over green concrete. You don't have to wait the 28 days. All right, so now our primer adhesive is tacky. It's been approximately 30 minutes and it's tacky. So now we're going to take a half roll, which will be the beginnings of our second ply, which will make this a two-ply system. And now we're going to take the bottom release film off, and we're going to set our membrane over the adhesive in place. The roll's in place, so the next thing that I have to do is I have to broom in my black pearl sheet. And due to the fact that we're off a roof, it doesn't take much pressure. It's just a constant, just like you're sweeping at home, you want to make sure that you have contact between the membrane and the primer adhesive. Like I said, this is very easy to install and very quick. All right, so we've installed our half sheet over our first full sheet in the black pearl primer adhesive. And now normally what would happen is off of our first full sheet, contractors would just keep installing full sheets all the way across the roof. Once they finished at that end, they would come back and start at the half sheet with full sheets, thus giving you a two-ply roofing system. So at that point, you would basically pull off your protection sheet and just continue on in that process, and you have a completed system. Normally what would go over that is a protection sheet, and either they would install an insulation over it, tile, pavers. They have a lot of different options. But this system, as installed, is watertight and guaranteeable. We will leave the protection sheet on. That protects the sheet. People can still walk on it as other trades walk over our roof system, and it won't harm our membrane. The end laps, if we started another sheet here going out, you would have a 6-inch lap. Very easy process, very easy to install, user-friendly. And I can't talk enough about the primer adhesive, the savings that you will get utilizing the primer adhesive, and just the ease of installing it.
So now we have our finished black pearl waterproof system. This system is two-ply. It is a finished, watertight, ready to go for either in a finished roof product, you'd use our Ram 306 granulated cap sheet, or if you are looking to put an overburden over the product, you now use our Ram 201, 202, or 203, depending on your specification protection course. Any overburden can be used above it, anything from a concrete deck, stone, pavers, tile, green roof, anything that you're looking to do. This will now be a 25-year warranted system underneath that.